All right, so the first step is for us to go to our email and download the file that I will be sending you. So let's take a look at my inbox. Okay, so I sent myself the practice hands, and I sent them to myself in 2 different formats in case we have a chance to talk about the second one, the LIN, L-I-N file. But for most of us, we're going to be concentrating on the PBN file, which stands for Portable Bridge Notation. So I'm going to right click on this, and I'm going to save it. Now I can, if I want to save it to say my desktop or a special file, I can just click Save Attachment. What I'm going to do right now is just put it in my Downloads folder because that's really easy for me to find.
Kim, this is Bob. Am I the only one who can't see anything except the gray screen?
I don't either.
I guess not. All right, let me try this again. You saw a green screen?
Gray blank
Gray
screen.
Yeah.
No
Okay.
trouble with it. Works fine for me.
What are you seeing now, Bob?
Gray.
And I have a gray screen as well.
So do
Gray
I.
screen.
Yeah.
Huh.
I do too, but I had your stuff a few seconds ago.
I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that I'm recording this, or let me try something else.
We could see it fine, Kim.
Some people could, huh?
Yeah.
Are you seeing?
Oh, there it is. There it
Are
is.
you seeing like an exercise 6?
Yes.
I'm
9.
board 9.
Yeah, I can see it.
Wow, people are seeing different things. That is so weird.
I could see board 9. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I don't want you to. Yeah, some of you saw. Okay. What I want you to see is my email.
It went away again.
Okay.
Now I see it. Now it's there.
Now you see my email?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is Bob. I see it. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I see your whole email box. but I
Okay,
don't
that's fine. All
I
right.
don't see the email.
All right. So at least you're seeing the right thing. So I'm going to try to open one of my messages now. So now, do you see an individual message that says Finesse Practice Hands with 2 attachments?
No.
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 Gray screen. Gray box.
Oh, okay. Well,
might not
all right.
show
So
that. Oh,
I'm going to
there
have
it
to bypass that. All right. So anyway, you're going to get an email from me, and it's going to have an attachment. All right. So the example that I'm using tonight is finesses. So when you get this email from me, you have to open the email and you have to download the attachment. And a simple way to do that is to highlight the attachment within your email message and right click. And it will give you the option to save or to download. And the easiest option is to save to your downloads folder. So hopefully I'm going to be able to demonstrate that. But before you can get any further, you've got to get this PBN file out of your email and saved onto your computer. So whether you save it in a folder that you create, or you can save it to your desktop, or you can save it to your downloads folder. Just get it out of the email and saved somewhere on your computer. Okay, I'm sorry I had trouble sharing that with you. So the next step is for us to go into our Shark Bridge program. So I'm going to try sharing that and hoping that you can see it. All right, so if you have downloaded Shark Bridge, when you click on your Shark Bridge program, this is what it should look like if you have the app. So are you guys seeing the Shark Bridge menu at this point?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great,
Yes.
thanks. So, one of the things that I like to do is to make sure that my robots are playing at their best. Because if I'm going to be declaring the hand, I don't want somebody to give me a gift. So when you go into your settings, you have all kinds of different choices here. And if you click up here on the robots, it's kind of funny. SharkBridge gives you different options for how good the robots are. So if you click here on skill level, you get baby shark, beginner, intermediate, bull shark, and great white shark, very skilled. So I don't know that I would do problem solver, take serious time. I'm not sure I would do that, but I'd probably go on great white just so that my robots are playing at their best. And then you can just click the X and exit out of there. So in order to start playing my practice hands, you're going to click on Personal Deal Library. And then you are going to import a PBN file, okay? So you're going to click here, Import PBN file. Okay, and now it has brought up my downloads folder, okay? Now, if you have saved my file on your desktop, you can click on your desktop, or you may have saved it in a special folder with your documents, and you can click there. Again, some of the easiest place to save these is probably your downloads folder, and then you can go in and delete it later. So here it is. I had saved this previously, Finesse's Two Hands PBN. Okay, so this is what I want. So I just highlight it, and I can either click open or I can just double click it. And when that happens, it becomes added to your deal library here in groups. So here it is, Finesse's Two Hands. Okay, so just to review that one more time, you open your SharkBridge program, you click on Personal Deal Library, you go to Import PBN, click on that. It'll bring up your downloads folder, or perhaps wherever you saved it. Desktop is the other convenient place. And you find where you saved that file that I sent you in your email, okay? And just click on it and do open. That'll do it. Okay, and then it's not doing it for me because I've already put it in, but it'll come up. And I've also put some other things in here. Okay, so suppose now that you've got my hands all set into your SharkBridge app. So let me just take a look if I'm going too fast. How do you do this on an iPad? No, you should not be doing this along with me right now. You should just be watching. So I have not had a chance to review what the SharkBridge app looks like on the iPad. And if you haven't already downloaded SharkBridge right now, that's totally okay. You won't have a chance to do this until after this meeting is over anyway. So I think on an iPad that SharkBridge probably looks the same way. And
It does.
go to your personal deal library. The only thing is you'll have to open up your email on your iPad, or you'll somehow have to get that file that I'm emailing to you saved on your iPad. Okay, and then if you do personal deal library, import, you can just pick it up off your iPad and put it right here. So when I'm now ready to practice, I'm going to click on this. And, oh, I see what happened. So Finesse's Two Hands. I have downloaded the same hand 6 times in the process of showing you this. Okay, so I have the two hands that I have imported and now you see them over and over. Okay, but probably you guys, if you only download once, you're only going to see it once. Okay, so suppose I want to play the first hand. I highlight it. Now what's really cool is that the auction will be imported. All right, so just like in my bridge class, you're already going to know that you're in 4 hearts by south and that you open 2 clubs, etc. And you don't see the other cards right now. If you wanted to see the other cards or you were seeing the other cards, this button here, show all, would show you the 4 hands. But if you don't want to give it away for yourself, you can hide all, right? And you're only seeing south. Okay, so we're ready to play. And what we're going to do is click on this button here, play, right? And now it's going to ask you, do you want to be north, south, east, or west? And all my hands in Declare a Play class, you're sitting south. So you can always go ahead and select south. And when I do that, yay, okay? So here I am at the table, and the opening lead gets made. It's out of the way. Let me just make sure we're all muted here. I don't want any background noise. Okay, if you need to ask me a question, you can unmute yourself. Okay, and this is the first of my 2 finesse hands. And now I'm ready to play the dummy. And the robots are playing the other cards. These robots aren't going as fast as the ones in class. Okay. And the robot just played my card for me because I only had 1 club left. So I had no choice. All right, so they've led the 13th club. And I'm going to have to trump it, or else I'm going to get trumped on my left with something higher than the 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so this is how I play, and you can play out the whole thing. If you didn't make your hand, you can click replay. And it'll go right back to the beginning, only the bidding isn't here right now. So I might want to go, the bidding didn't come back. That's interesting. So I might want to leave, go back to my deal library and just hit play again. Play for south. Yeah, so it seems like when I import it the first time, it comes with the bidding. But if I hit replay, I have to either bid it myself or I have to leave and then do it again. Now, supposedly, if I click on next deal, you would think I would get the second board, but I don't. So I'm just going to click OK. And now I'm going to go ahead and choose my second board. Now I'm in a 4-spade contract. I hit play. I hit play for south. And here's my second board. And the robot is going to make a lead. And here I go playing this one. And in order to make this hand, this is a hand on finesses. At some point, I am going to have to lead the 4 of hearts out of my hand towards the queen on the north side. All right, so I'm trumping this. And I'm going to draw trumps, and then I'm going to play the 4 of hearts and see if I can get a trick with my queen. So that's basically it. When I'm done that hand, I can hit leave. I have imported some different files, so they're all in groups. So I had some hands on squeezes that I loaded in here, so I could try playing one of those. Again, just look at the hand. Suppose I want to play hand number 3 or hand number 5, whatever it is, and I just click play. And I'm always going to play for south. All right, so that's basically it. It's not too many steps. How are you all feeling about that? And what questions do you have? I don't think there's a time limit to play a card. You're playing against the robots, and they are extremely patient. Did anyone have any trouble downloading the Shark Bridge app?
No
Oh,
trouble.
a couple of you.
No trouble with that. I'm just, I try, I think, so you automatically will come up with that personal deal library that you can click on.
Yeah, it's on. So when you get, once you get the app, let's just go back to home. Okay, so once you get Shark Bridge,
right
this is
there.
your home page.
Okay.
Okay, this is what you have when you open it. All right, so here it is. I have this little Shark Bridge icon. Oh, wait a minute. Let me share my screen again.
It's funny.
That was so-
I tried to click on it and it didn't work, but I'll try it again later.
You tried to click on
The
personal deal
deal
library,
and it didn't
and
do
nothing
it.
like this didn't happen.
No, but I'll do it again later. I can do it.
That should be all you have to do. And when you first do it, this is all going to be blank, right? Because
Okay.
I've downloaded a few things,
Mhm.
but you haven't. So this will all be blank, but it should give you this choice: import
Perfect. Okay.
PBN-LIN.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you to, as far as sending the PBN files, and yes, I have only sent you 2 deals so far, just those 2 finesse deals, just so you could practice downloading them. So you can use those 2 finesse hands to make sure you have all this working. And I prefer not to just automatically send out the PBN files to people who don't want them. It's just going to clutter up their computer, and they take up a lot of space. So I will send them by request. If you want to request, please send them every week. You can do that, all right? And I'll send them every week. But if you don't want them every week and you want to wait until you get a particularly difficult lesson or a particular set of hands you really want to practice on, you can ask them of me week by week. That's no problem. Or you can just say, Kim, just put me down to get them all. And I will try to do that. This is a first time for me, is sending out the hands electronically. So I will do my best to accommodate the requests. But again, I don't want to just have them out there in the stratosphere. It's too much data to be just cluttering up your inboxes.
Kim?
Yeah,
Is
go
it-
ahead, Jen.
Do we have to take a paid version to be able to open your files?
Yeah, Shark Bridge is a one-time charge of $19.99. So you have to purchase that app. That's
Right.
not a free app.
That's actually, the app is free. I played it last night, but in order to get your hands and open those files, you have to pay.
Is that right?
That's the experience I had. Yeah.
So, I have a teacher account with Shark Bridge, and up until like yesterday, I never even had the app because all I use is the teacher account. So apparently when you have a teacher account, they give you the app for free. So I never paid my $19.99. And it's a good thing because I pay those Shark Bridge people a lot of money to use the teacher app. So Jen, how did you know that you had to pay the $19.99? Like what sort of message did you get?
It just shows a little $sign icon next to the hand, next to your hand. So in order for me to see it, I've got to pay money. That's what I saw anyway.
And was it $19.99?
Actually, that is one of the versions of membership you can have. There are 2. So I didn't click through on that this time because I'll do it after the class.
I don't think you need to pay more than $19.99. There may be some kind of deluxe version, but
Yeah, exactly. It's $19.99 for that.
yeah.
version.
Okay. So yeah, again, I'm actually not that familiar with the Shark Bridge app. Most of us are more familiar with the BBO. That's where I play all my online games on BBO. And it is possible to replay my hands on BBO with a different sort of file, an LIN file, but I can't figure out a way for BBO to upload the bidding. So theoretically, you could get the hands, but you can't get the bidding on BBO. So you'd have to bid them yourself, and it's a bit more awkward. Cynthia, did you hear what Jen just said about not being able to upload the deals until she paid?
Yes, I realized that because I didn't, so I will try that again.
That might be what's holding you up, is that
Okay.
they might let you play a few hands on Shark Bridge without actually purchasing it. But if you
Mhm.
want to start, actually downloading your own hands, they're going to make you get the app.
Exactly. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That's probably why when I clicked on it, it didn't work.
Yeah.
So I'll figure that out.
Maybe.
But thank you very much. This has been very helpful. I
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Cynthia.
Take care.
Bob Wilmot, if you got the email with this Zoom link about this meeting, that sample PBN file was in that email. So I had sent you a PBN file just to practice with.
Okay, I didn't realize that. Sorry, I'll get it.
So yeah, so you can practice with that, and
Okay.
you know, I assume you'll be requesting the deals that you're playing in bridge class. So probably starting tonight, I'll send you some actual lesson hands.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, guys, there's
Thanks, Kim.
you're welcome. If you guys have to run,
Okay.
there's a very well-known and successful bridge teacher in Long Island who I first studied with when I started to teach bridge. And I had driven down to Long Island to observe her, and she was teaching, this was years ago, so obviously it's in person. She was teaching at a synagogue in Rhode Island, and she had 200 people in her class, 50 tables. And I wanted to see how can this be done? How can you possibly teach 200 people at once? And she was up on the stage at a podium, and those 50 tables were full, and she had assistants running around the room helping people, and those bridge players were mesmerized by her. And they were playing bridge hands, and then they would turn all four hands face up, and then she would talk to them about it, and they were delightful hands, really interesting. She had people trumping their own aces in order to make their contract. You know, it was fun, and I thought she was just awesome, and I really learned a lot just from watching her. But afterwards, she sat down and met with me and said, how can I help you become a teacher? And we talked, and she was fantastic. And then she told me she never sends out hand records, that the hands her student play in class are one-time view in class. And even when they ask her, can you send me a copy of the hands? She does not share them. She said, my hands are my proprietary, bridge teacher property, and I never share my hands. And I thought, that's not good for learning. Like, how does that help people learn bridge if you can't review the hands you played? So from the beginning, I have always sent out my bridge hands because I want you to read them before you fall asleep in bed, that you're like studying these bridge hands and, learning the lesson. I spend a lot of time writing up the lesson so you can see the hands. So it has given me a little bit of pause to think about. Now I'm taking my database basically, and I'm like emailing it to you guys. So, but it's for your personal use, okay? It's for you to practice playing the hands and to become better bridge players. And hopefully, they don't end up, on a public website or anything like that. But I'm very happy for you to have the practice playing the hands. Okay, so those of you who are in a 7 o'clock class, please go take a break, have a sip of water, whatever. And I see a couple more questions here, so I'll stick around for just another couple minutes. Bill Ackerman, your hand is raised.
First, was that Silvana?
No.
No, okay, okay. Aside from that, I like the way you're doing it, the way you do it. But be that as it may, my real question is, I may or may not be able to download the Shark app because it only runs on Windows 10, a computer that's off on my right that I hate. If you when you mail out the hands themselves as PDF files and I print them, is that the same thing?
Yeah, they're the same hands.
Oh,
They
okay.
correspond to each other.
So I just have to deal out the physical cards the way I did this morning.
Absolutely.
Sorting
Yes.
cards the way I used to do it is
Heck,
an
yeah.
amazing
The
experience.
old-fashioned way, right?
The
Yes.
old-fashioned way. Yeah.
So I may or may not want you sending out the PBN files, or I may do
Okay.
it the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way is fine. Yeah,
Yes, we've been doing it for years.
we have. Holly, did you have a question? And then Mary. No, no question.
I have a question.
Oh, Irene, hi.
Quick question. When you send out the PBN hands and the hands, and you have to download it, do you download the PBN or do you download the hands?
Well, the PBN.
Okay.
So, like I said, when you see the Shark Bridge page, wait, that's not what I wanted to do. Just trying to bring that up again. Where are we? I guess I closed it. But anyway, in that on the Shark Bridge where it says personal deal library, and it's going to ask you to import PBN file. That PBN file has to be, here it is. That PBN file has to be somewhere on your computer. So you have to be able to find it in your downloads folder. You can't get it out of your email. So your first step is to take it out of your email and put it onto your computer somewhere. Okay? And then,
I right click on it.
yeah,
It's a-
right click on it. Yep, absolutely.
That's the one that's like gibberish. It's got gibberish in it almost.
Well,
It's a lot of writing, a lot of things written
I'm
down.
not sure. It would be a file. The one I sent you to practice with is called Finesses. It should just say Finesses. It's in the same email that had this
I know.
Zoom link.
Yeah, but it also says PBN.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so I right click on that
Yes. Yes.
before we open it. Okay,
Yeah, and that will ask you to save it somewhere on your
Okay.
computer.
I got it. Thanks.
That
Okay.
action is sometimes called detach. Right click and it might ask you to detach,
Oh, okay.
the opposite of attach.
All right.
It might or might not.
All right. Sorry, Mary, did you have a question?
Yes, was it Roberta? On Long Island.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, it had
Okay,
to be.
guys.
I'm sure it was
It
Roberta.
was Roberta.
Okay, I
Yeah.
wasn't going to name. Okay, listen, I have to run. I have a 7 o'clock class. Thank you all very much for being here. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.